The motherland is under threat. Russia mobilizes its armies to take on Napoleon's Grand Army. This is another NTW3 battle for you today, and this is another historical one. We have the Battle of Klyastitsy here, which is also known as the Battle of Yukobovo, which is fought in 1812 between France and Russia. And yes, the motherland is under threat, and the French corps, led by Oudinot here, is going to be making an assault for this town, I guess it is at the moment. We have a bit of a two-pointer battle over here, so I presume this is the main objective of the battle, as Russia is pouring all its troops into here right now. They have got a lot of reserves over here as well. There is still plenty to come in, but we've got Wittgenstein here and Bagration. I don't know, and we've got Tuchkov, and the final corps all the way over there is Wittgenstein as well. I don't know, that might be all the corps. There might be two Wittgensteins, and then Wittgenstein. Sorry, I'm probably butchering his name. I think there might be two. And then we have Bagration, and then we have Tuchkov as well, which would make sense because Wittgenstein was there, as was Oudinot, and then we have another General Kulnev that was there apparently, but I don't think there's a call for him. I don't think there'd be a call for him. But yeah, this was a Russian victory, this battle actually. They inflicted just over 4,000 casualties, taking about 3,700 themselves. So a bit of a victory in a period where obviously Russia was on the retreat in the French invasion. But yeah, it's certainly going to be an interesting one. This was sent in by a member of my Discord, and usually it's the same sort of group of players that we often play with on stream and stuff like that. So a good quality of player here, and I'm expecting some great sort of tactics and decisions being made in this one. And it looks like it's going to be a brutal one for this town, as the Russians already push in and make a press for it. We'll see what happens in this one. I'm really looking forward to it. But yes, I imagine it's going to be for Oudinot cause. I'm not entirely sure, but it does look like it. I saw some units there that are typical of Oudinot. There's the, I'm pretty sure they got the Swiss down there, which are very typically Oudinot's troops. But yeah, this is France at the height of its power, really. 1812. They're taking on Russia. They're actually also at the height of their power at this point. They have the largest amount of troops mobilized at this point. It's like 900,000 men at their height. It's kind of weird. I would have thought like later on they would have had more like 1813, but I guess not. Maybe they were just so badly bruised by that point, which makes sense. I mean, they had fought in some grueling campaigns at that point. Got this is a unit, the 2nd I Morskoy. I've never seen this unit before. It's like slightly different color of green as well. I think it's just a line infantry unit, but I wonder if it's like an elite one. I don't know. The French setting up some looks like some Voltigeurs over here. They're getting ready to skirmish off with the Russians. The Russians are bringing their guns as well inside. They got some 6-pounders they're ready to defend this town with. The French do hold this one farmhouse still on this side of the town. The Russians can occupy the other one, and it looks like, yeah, it's going to be a battle for this town. So it's going to be over a really small area by the looks of it, and it looks like it could be a brutal one, that is for sure. Already artillery going off back here, you can hear it going off, you can see the smoke. That is it, the Russians yet to discover it. But yes, if you're enjoying NTW3 and would like to see some more epic NTW3 historical battles, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here, and show support. It really does help out the channel, as the Frenchies give us some glorious volleys here. Excellent stuff. Oh yeah, this Swiss unit is kind of like a mix of like actual like uniform guys and then just guys in great coats. It's kind of a bit of a mishmash. But they're getting ready to fire now. The red coats of the French army, you could call them. Fire when ready. Or not. Apparently not. Okay, fair enough. I can hear some charging going on, so we're going to move. Where is that taking place? Why can't I hear... Oh, over here. Okay. So the French look like they sent in some cavalry. The Russians did lose their 6-pounder. That is a big loss there. Yes, some chasseurs going and managed to snipe that and take that out. So really well done there. And the dragoons did manage to come up and save it. So yeah, so the Russians just kind of allowing that to get taken out. That's unfortunate. Have they got more artillery on the way up? No, not really. They've got a 12-pounder back here though moving up. That definitely does not need to get as close as that 6-pounder. To be honest, those big guns probably stay quite far back and be a threat there. They could probably just sit back there. There's a huge artillery battery as well setting up over here as well for the French. So that's going to be getting into action very, very shortly by the looks of it. The Russians look like they can just cross this river, so that makes it a little bit easier for both sides as well. You can just kind of cross anywhere, like any of this this water is traversable. Yeah, looks like the line is pushing up. They're getting ready. It just looks like basic French line infantry in here trying to get ready. But they're a little bit messed up. This is a Laguerre unit down here, actually. There's one Laguerre unit down there. But yeah, certainly a bit of a messy setup from the French. If I was the Russians, I'd just keep moving up this road. It looks like the Swiss might be about to come in and maybe... Yeah, I think they're going to turn the flank of the Russians at the moment. They're going to try and go through this gap here and maybe start firing down there. I don't think they have a great shot, but they might get some kills. Who knows? Who knows? But it certainly is already getting off to a nice start. A steady start here. Lots of musket volleys going off from the Russians. None of their infantry seems to be able to form square, which is kind of a common theme with the Russians. Got Fyodor Lukov down here. I don't know if Russia really wants to have a line fight though. I feel like a melee fight is what they need. We are seeing a unit here of Grenadiers move up. They might be about to go into melee. And they can form square. Frederick here. Don't know what you're doing in this little alleyway, Frederick, but you need to get moving, sir. You need to get into one of these line infantry here while they're kind of low on troops there. They can definitely be dealt with. There's also cavalry on its way across. We have got dragoons coming across. So I wonder whether they're getting ready for a bit of a push on his French right flank here. And here we go. Yeah, the Grenadiers are going in against the Swiss. Get those bayonets going, boys. And in come another French unit here going to counter-charge. I don't know if this is going to be enough to kill these Grenadiers off. French did not like that. The Russians should just move forward their infantry while they can. We've got more Russian infantry in here coming in. Yeah, the Swiss and the French not a fan of this melee fight, but the Russians starting to take some casualties themselves. Oh, we got cavalry coming up. We got cuirassiers already coming in. Oh my god. Really throwing in the troops there. Yeah, those Grenadiers are shattered. And they're going to be able to charge on to these Russian infantry that cannot form square. And that's going to be a problem for the Russians. These heavy cavalry is going to start slicing and dicing. Morale at red already. There is cavalry on the way up. The dragoons getting ready. So maybe they're going to counter-charge the cuirassiers in a moment. Once that Russian unit's broken. Whether it breaks, that's another question. It is actually kind of steadying up now. Whether it could go around the flank and hit these French, I don't know. Dragoons can be a match for cuirassiers. Certainly at this stage now that the cuirassiers will be getting a bit more tired, a bit more weary. Definitely a target. But yeah, I think they're going to carry on their charge now, are the cuirassiers. And then go the dragoons. And they'll go in against the cuirassiers. Excellent stuff. Really, they need... Oh, they did charge into the back of their own Russians there. That certainly damages morale when you do that. And also, we're going to see a bayonet charge now from the French. They're going to go in, and the Russians already breaking. This is causing a bit of a panic here for the Russians. They're going to need more men over here. The French are battering their way through. And the red line as well. We're so close to the red line. The troops, when they break, they're just going straight off it. Yeah, look at this. A lot of Russians starting to fall back already. They can see the flank. This little flank that they tried hasn't really worked out. The dragoons have shattered. They might return, though. And now it looks like the line fight's getting underway over here. It looks like we've got some of the first Morse scores. Never seen this unit before. If anyone can tell me what it is, if it is just a line infantry unit, I've just never seen them before. Maybe it was added in an update, or maybe I just never seen them brought with the Wittgenstein like roster before. That might just be all it is. But yeah, anyway, they were dueling over there. They've forced back the French a little bit. It looks like they've got their Portuguese like allied troops here, which is weird because the Portuguese at this point, you know, they're fighting with the French. Sorry, why are they fighting with the French? Like they're literally fighting for liberation in Portugal. I guess maybe there's always some loyalists that like prefer to be under Napoleon's rule than their current rule. But there's like troops over here as well, getting ready. Looks like Russia's preparing for a massive push here though. Look at this. Look at this massive like build up of forces here, and that's gonna be to the right of Klyastitsy. Butchering the name of this battle. I don't know how I do it, but that is a typical thing in a Pope battle. You see a butchering of names. Got some horse artillery that's getting ready to set up, and there is some looks like some Cossacks over here. I'm surprised they haven't got their Cossacks wide and behind to try and scout things out. They're very good at doing that, and then going in for the odd general or artillery snipe is always handy as well. But they just kind of stood out in front. I guess maybe just, well, they'll be scouting for infantry and things like that. Certainly, if this is all the French have over here at the moment, this is not going to be enough to stop the iron fist that the Russians are building up on this right flank here. But if that's where they're going to be aggressive, it seems really bizarre that they were trying to be aggressive on the other flank. Or maybe this is plan B after plan A failed. I'm not sure, but yeah. Here we go. There's 3 units of line infantry for the French setting up there. And they are going to start firing away. The final one, well, the final one's not firing, but these guys are. The Russians are just going to quietly move forward, and here comes that Cossack. Oh no, it's not the Cossack unit, it's the light cav unit. And they actually managed to get into the infantry. They failed to form square. There are chasseurs just behind. They might be able to do something, but who knows? Yeah, it looks like this light infantry here, light cavalry actually, might just break anyway. Just didn't have the mass to break through. Got some Cossacks here, they're going to get taken out by the chasseurs by the looks of it. There you go, they got easily dealt with. Then here come the Russians. Like, there's a whole host of them, and yeah, more French units starting to appear over here now. We've got more Swiss units, lots of Swiss units actually coming up. Plenty of line infantry as well. And there's a whole lot of like heavy cav as well coming down here. Got cuirassiers, got more dragoons and stuff. I think a push down the center might be the way to go. So yeah, it looks like, is that light cav going back in? I think it is. There's a little light cav unit trying to go back in anyway, trying to harass these French. I feel like it's a bit of a futile effort. I think the Russians are really just going to try and go in column, and they're just going to try and charge straight down this road. Bold move. We've got some of those grenadiers over there as well. They've brought some of those up. Actually, a lot of Pavlov's grenadiers here. And they're forming square, and they're sending these chevaliers packing. Really nicely done. They'll send that, yeah, send that cab packing. Infantry there breaking as well. Yeah, this is a good start here from the Russians. They're already doing some good bayonet charges off into the side of this French unit as well. Nice little side charge there. That should deal with that French unit nicely. That first line kind of being swept aside there by the Russian horde. Really nicely done over there. Got the dragoons now coming forward. They took a bit of a volley, but they're just going to carry on. Breaking into the French infantry. It seems like it can't form square either. The Swiss can, it seems. But the Russians are just going to carry on charging. They're not stopping. When they go, I don't know how great the Swiss are in melee, but they better be good. Yeah, the French morale is just shattering on the side. More cavalry here being broken. It says chevaliers, they're gone. Can the cavalry get in behind maybe? And get some rear charges off and some stuff. It looks like the Russians are still breaking through these Swiss though. So that's good to see. We are seeing the cuirassiers coming up. That seems a little early for them to be charging. There is a cuirassier unit over here as well. for the French. So both sides got some heavy cav here ready to go. The Cuirassiers might find themselves in combat sooner than they thought, though, because the Russians are almost on them anyway. They're on this square, these squares. Yeah, if the Russians should carry on charging into these Cuirassiers, they'll deny them a charge. But look at this Russian blob. This is insane. Like, just a good bit of artillery, and they send that packing. The cavalry as well went to orange morale, the Cuirassiers did. And they're back to it as well, because I think they got denied their charge. The Dragoons kind of getting a bit of a jump on them. That could be catastrophic if we lose this heavy cav so early. Looks like the Russian heavy cav is being held up as well. Looks like by the Chevaliers return. But there you go, the French Cuirassiers have broken. And we also have a charge in here from some other Russian Dragoons harassing the French as they retreat. They have been broken though, the French managing to stop them just about. The Russians have also made another assault over here, across the river. So they're sending in just line infantry. But their Russian line infantry is pretty damn scary, some of it anyway.
Our men are running.
Some of their men breaking, but the Russians, but they're doing a good job. They're nearly breaking through. They're just going to retreat, the French. They're not even going to hang around. There you go. The Russian tactic kind of worked. I mean, they just went in massive columns and made it just an all-out charge for it. Hopefully they've still got plenty of grenadiers. Still look like they got their 2 grenadier units here alive and kicking, which is good. They're going to need those, along with all this line infantry. They don't want to get too aggressive because the French will reorganize and they will punish them. There you go, good charge there by the light cav, taking out that artillery. So that's a big win there. That's what the light cav needs to do, going in after artillery. They're going to now get mopped up by this chasseur, but it's all part of the plan. Seems like it's gone all quiet on this front over here. A general's being killed off though. Oh, that is huge. I think that's the French losing a general. I'm not sure where he is, whether he's an infantry unit like a combat gen. I think he might have been. But that is a huge win there. And again, the French are going to try and pull out of combat. There you go, they got broken. Got a bit of a stand over here. We got some Grenadiers of the line. Excellent to see. The sexiest unit in the game. Those are those Cossacks. We're going to try and slow down the French troops there. But yeah, the French really in disarray. Really are. Maybe if the Russians could try and hold these guys at bay, they could then send the rest of their forces to try and kill off these 4 French infantry units, the cavalry, and then they could swing around. That's for sure. But they needed to maybe try and just keep up the assault while the French aren't reorganized. Seems like it's going kind of well. Oh, these Cossacks, they look like they're going to get dealt with by the chasseurs here. They got the jump on them, and both sides in fact just broke. Okay. But yeah, here's all of the heavy cavalry is now on its way up. We've got actually 2 Cuirassier units here. We've got the... I'm not even going to try and say that name. And then we have the Glukov or something like that. They mean nothing to me, really. I don't really know my Russian Cuirassier units. But I'm going to presume they're pretty decent. It also was pretty decent. Russian bayonet skills. They're already nearly dealing with some really good damage here to this French infantry. But the French now see an opportunity to get some cavalry into this melee fight and turn the battle in their favour. And some chasseurs Cheval come flying on in and might rout that Russian unit there. They also did take out the French infantry, and they could not manage to take out either of those Russian infantry units. The Russians are across the river over here as well, and they are now threatening the flank of the French. I'm surprised the French aren't turning troops to now face this off, because otherwise they're just going to get shot on the side. It's definitely not worth it. Yeah, the Russians, they're kind of, I mean, they're pretty thin over here, but they are going to try another assault by the looks of it here. We've got more line infantry coming across, more dragoons. So this is going to maybe make another assault for that side, but we'll have to see. It seems like their real punching power is over on this side, but the French now seem like they're matching them unit for unit when it comes to infantry. Cavalry is a different conversation. All this heavy cav is certainly looking very impressive right now. Tuchkov here is certainly bringing up the big stacks.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest awhile.
We've got some grenadiers as well here. Some lifeguard grenadiers. So they should do pretty well. Pavel there leading away. It's just whether they can close the gap, the Russians, on the French. Really, they should try and push the flanks hard with things like these, well, they got some more cuirassiers over here. My gosh, they've got so many. As I say, they had like dragoons or stuff. They should try and push the flank with them. They haven't really got too many of them. They got more maybe back here, more Gusari and things like that. They should get these units up, maybe bring them up and start to try and push the flanks with their medium cavalry. Try and get around the French. I think the cuirassier also has rallied, or is this an entire different unit? No, this is a. I think this might be. I don't know. It's certainly a cuirassier unit. That's the thing. Whether it's the one from the other flank, it may potentially be. Kind of a little bit of a cavalry fight there as well. Looks like the Swiss dragoons, and also looks like some hussars of some sort having a bit of a duel there with the cuirassiers, and they on either side came out a winner. Oh no, there is still a cuirassier unit over here. Okay. Alright, so yeah, they haven't really moved from here with the French. They kind of just like won and then just stood where they were. So I think maybe that cuirassier unit over there is the rallied one. And here we go, cavalry going in for the Russians. It's a heavy cav as well. They're going to need to back that up with infantry. They can't just send in the cuirassiers on their own, unsupported. They will die. Maybe it's just to slow down the French, make them form square. And then allows the Russians to come up and charge in. The counter-charge there from the French. The Russians can catch some Frenchies. That'll be a bit of a win. But they're getting some good volleys off the side of these guys. And the Russians are routing first, it seems. Good charge there. Incoming cuirassiers once again, trying to rout these guys. I don't know whether they're meant to get caught on these French, but they need to get amongst the rest of them. Oh yeah, this cuirassier is like really banged up. I think it's just, it's either getting hit by artillery or it's just also not happy with the amount of French troops that keep retreating. It's affecting their morale. Russia just needs to keep moving hard. The problem is for the coalition, and in this case Russia, is that the Imperial forces are much quicker than the marching. So once they like get threatened, they can just march out of danger. In fact, they're doing that over here now. It looks like they're evacuating the city. It looks as though the Russians have taken control of Klyastitsy. The Kuzari over here, they're moving up. Looks like they're maybe going to try and rejoin. I don't know whether these French troops over here are going to try and join up with the other French army. Maybe somewhere back here. I don't know, on this ridge line. But it looks like this French square over here has been sent to die and slow down the Russians for the rest of the army to escape. There you go. But yes, if you're wanting to send in your own NTW3 battles, if you're a big fan of the mod and you're like, you know what, I've got some epic replays that you want to check out, Pope. Maybe some historical scenarios, maybe just some fun battles that you've been playing in. Then feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. You're more than welcome to join, guys. We're always looking for some new players to keep growing the community, which is already a great and growing community. We've got cavalry though charging in here. This is goons clash. Looks like the Russians will break. The Swiss doing their bit, sending these guys packing. And their scarlet red uniforms, which really make them look like Brits, but they're just not Brits. And yeah, look, you can see like the Portuguese units here. They're retreating. They're getting out of there. More Russians coming in though. It's another Cuirassier unit here. First I Division Spoidny Cuirassier. Well, it's holding as they helped. Well, they didn't really rout much. An artillery piece, I guess. It's not a bad one. More cavalry coming in here. Trying to kill these skirmishers off. It might kill this chasseur as well in the duel. No. The chasseur won. Oh no, the chasseurs broke, the skirmishers held. What? The guys got charged. That's probably a better win for Russia then. Because Russia's definitely got more cavalry left. Look at this Russian like force over here. They're all just in column. It's probably not a good actual actually a very good formation to be firing in. I think they're not. I think they should be on fire at will. I think this is the player forgetting to put them on fire at will. But these guys all can't form square. No, one of them can. But yeah, they need to be careful because they're just marching towards cuirasses right now. Those cuirasses could end their lives. But maybe they're feeling a bit reassured because they have their own guarding their flank. And there you go. I think the French, yeah, they're running in the right direction. Home, back towards Paris. Yeah, Russia needs to just bring up all its reserves now that it's got in the town. You want to just make sure you got everything ready to go. This looks like it's going to be the toughest fight here for Russia. It looks like they set up some Hussari as well. Failed to make any sort of real gains. Looks like they took some guns. Well, actually, I don't know if they took the guns out. The gun crew's now rejoining. Yeah, looks as though this is going to be the toughest fight for the Russians. They've got to go uphill. And you can see sort of the angle of the hill. I mean, it's not looking good for the Ruskies. Look at that artillery position. I mean, he just can fire a canister downhill into those Russians. He's going to get some pretty brutal shots off there. Volleys on this side, doing a pretty good job. Keep shooting into it, and some Laguerre over here doing their bit. Lots of dragoons set up over here, which, to be honest, I think are needed on the other side. They need faster cav over here. All they've got is the cuirassiers, which is like when the French retreat, can't catch up with the French. Dragoons and things like that could though, but they're all gone. Weirdly, the French have this weird like center force that's still holding on. I don't know why. The Russians have sent in a tiny little unit of line infantry, but it is dealing with some skirmishers. So, well, the Russians, they cleared them out, and now they got a face full of musket balls from the Swiss. But back to the raging firefight on this side, as Bagration bringing up some cuirassiers by the looks of it. And he's getting ready to storm those lines with his heavy cav. He needs to go now, though. It's now or never. In you go. They're fresh, eager. And in they go. Charge the French lines. Got horsemen flying off their horses. Form square.
Our men are running.
Now get the Russians into bayonet charge. And the French, in fact, are going to counter charge. Oh my, this is not what I expected. I don't know if this is what you want, France. Or maybe it is. They did just smash through those first two units, and it looks like they're actually doing a pretty good job here as well. The cuirassiers have been routed. Russia's now counter-charging on this side over here. And they're pushing back the French. More infantry over here has been routed. I don't know what that's from.
Our men are running.
That might just been from the line fight. But it looks like Russia is throwing in more and more bodies over here and sort of stenching the flow of retreating men, but he's also sending some of the French packing himself. He needs more reinforcements up here. That's for sure. It's turning to a very costly fight for Russia. Grenadiers coming in. These big, angry men with their funny-looking hats. There go the Grenadiers charging in. Russia's still breaking in a lot of areas here, though. The Grenadiers helping to rout another unit there. I don't know. They're sort of doing okay. Cuirassiers getting sent in. Yeah, they definitely get sent in. Just crash into these Grenadiers in the line here, slicing them, dicing them. We just came from a battle which has like hundreds of cuirassiers in. Now we've got another. As the French cuirassiers also come flying in. Oh my god, so much heavy cav. Why the Russians are pulling back their heavy cav? I guess just maybe to allow the squares to do their work. The French cuirassiers not happy. And they broke almost instantly. I think that's just because they were already beat once. Looks like the French are gonna lose this fight here on this flank. Just about. They did break a lot of those Russians though. Grenadiers there, Pavlov holding. 34 brave men going against the chasseurs, doing their bit. Seems like the line fight here is just merely a distraction. Another general's dead. Don't know whose generals got killed there, but a French general got killed in the middle of that. I think it might have been the Grenadier unit was a general. I'm not sure. Yeah, the French holding around this the bottom of this high ground here. The Russians should be able to push up and hit these guns soon. It looks like they're going to get a face full of canister first. Or are they? They're turning their guns to face to someone else. Not at the like impending doom of those Russian infantry right by them. Yep, they should have just carried on shooting at the Russian infantry in front of them. Probably was the better move, but here we go. Cavalry going in. Going to try and save their guns. It looks like the French might rout. Maybe. No, there you go. The Russians just about broke before the French did. Over on this side here, not much has changed. The Russians haven't seemed like they made many more attempts up this hill. Certainly not with their infantry, but maybe that's about to change as the order is given for the advance. Or if the French have pulled back more troops to try and send over to the other side. I don't know. But the Russians are through. There's not much to stop them now. Just carrying on. Straight, if they just carry on straight up that hill, they can hit the other French army from behind. No, they haven't sent anything back. It was just hidden. And yeah, the French probably just thinking, well, we may lose, but at least we can take out one Russian army with us. In you go, boys. Hold the line. Give them a volley for the Emperor. Glorious, glorious. We've got a. Is this a Carabinier unit over here? It is. It's like almost like it's a Grenadier light infantry. I don't even know. Pretty handy. Kind of look like guardsmen, but they're not guardsmen. Oh, we got a general that just got routed though. Out of nowhere, Wittgenstein just got routed. And I think that was from a little chasseur unit. We had a little like infantry protecting him, but it just wasn't enough. Well, he's routed, but he's not dead. So
we have killed their general.
He might return, he might not. Another general being killed off there. And that's another Grenadier general, yeah, being killed off. So they're mopping up now, the Russians on this flank here. Really, they should just push on in. Deal with the final French resistance over there. But the French actually, they're pushing down the hill. The Russians here having no luck, really at all. Those Carabiniers helping throw out the Russians. Looks like, yeah, a couple of Russian infantry units being sacrificed. Got Alexander Sibirsky there being sacrificed so the rest can retreat. Put some volleys into these guys. Put some volleys into the French. That'll keep them at bay. These guys still can't form square out here, and they're about to be hit by cuirassiers. Final heavy cannon of the French army. It was a pretty good volley as they came in, but I don't think it's enough. Yep. Cuirassiers and French infantry here have just swept aside this Russian left flank. And they could retake the town if they wanted to. The Russians haven't really got anything in there. They've got all their forces out here as they desperately march across the battlefield to try and support that conflict. And these are the remaining troops that are sort of in the town. of Klyastitsy. The only French unit that's rallied that's like sort of out here on its own is that Grenadier unit. Don't know if they're going to make a difference. I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Got a town, a farmhouse has been occupied by some of the Russians. I've put some infantry in there. Looks like the French are just turning around and they're just going to come back the way they came. So I'm just going to fast forward quickly. It looks like, yeah, maybe the French are just going to retreat to this ridge line, which they've already sort of been defending most of this game. And they're going to just prepare for the final Russian assault, I imagine it's going to be. But yeah, it seems like it's going in the way of history at the moment. The Russians look like they are going to win this one. So yeah, if you back Team Russia, then well done to you. If you were loyal to the Frenchies, then well unlucky. It does look like history's going to repeat itself. But it doesn't matter. It's just a mere blip. Napoleon's armies will keep marching into Russia. Moscow is the goal. And it's near inside. Actually, oh my gosh, they're just gutting down these retreating Swiss. It's brutal. Farming kills them. Yeah, they got like a V formation going on here, just preparing to focus down these French. I mean, the French, I thought might defend the town, maybe make it a little bit more difficult for the Russians, but that might just invite a melee fight, which is what the Russians, I guess, will also want. They've got some grenadiers left, so those lifeguard grenadiers are still alive as well. Down here, they've actually, well, they've seen some combat, not much. There are plenty of other grenadiers down here as well that, yeah, actually, there's a lot of, oh my gosh, there's more grenadiers than I thought, I think, actually. Yeah, oh, these guys need to be careful, they're actually, a flank formation they're forming, but that's a strange formation. But yeah, there's a lot of grenadiers down here, and those guys, yeah, Tuchakov's grenadiers just absolutely obliterated the French line. They just out-meleed them. That's how it is. France is not a slack in melee either. They're pretty good. Russia's probably the only one that out-melees them unit to unit. It's what makes this front so brutal. The Russians again having to fight uphill though. This is an advantage that France has found on this ground. A lot of the musket balls, it seems like are flying well over. I don't know if you guys can see them, but I can see like musket balls like flying over the hill and like just over the heads of those French. I've got the Klyastitsy as well still alive here, so they've still got one heavy cav to challenge the Russians. The Russians actually are having to send some infantry to deal with these rallied Frenchies. Looks like they're also going to bring up their 12-pounders to just try and pound away at the French lines. The French have still got some artillery of their own. Look at this. This guy's got to be careful. He's going to get gunned down in the back. Look at this. Oh, I'm pretty sure that should have killed their own men, but it didn't. Do you know what it did kill? It's got a lot of damage to this first Morsky here. Shame those Russians can keep themselves in the game until this main force arrived, because then the French would have been in real trouble. They'd have been sandwiched between two forces and made this much easier. I can't hear cavalry moving up. Is cavalry that's moving up? Or is it no, it's these Streltsy. They're running even though I imagine they have ammo, do they not? Or maybe they've run out of ammo. They're just gonna get gunned down here though. Yep, they got broken instantly. I imagine maybe they ran out of ammo. That was such a bizarre thing to do otherwise. Yeah, line fight now taking place. I don't know. Russia should be able to win this line fight. He's just got enough guns now they can just pour onto the French. The artillery as well on red morale, so it's clearly getting hit hard by Russian musket fire. Klyastitsy is forming up in a column formation here. They're going to get ready and they're going to charge in, I imagine, one of these French units. Probably, I would say I'll go for this one. All the guns are broken. I don't know if I'll go for the Swiss. It seems like most of the Swiss can form square in today's game. Yeah, they're going to form some sort of column. They're going in. Going to try to take out this Laguerre here. Yeah, it looks like they were going to break this Laguerre here, actually. I think they regrouped to try again. I don't know. The Russian infantry kind of got in the way, I'm not going to lie. Forming square here, though. I feel like it's a little early. It's just inviting the the Russian infantry, the Morsky, in here for a charge. There you go. They're just going to smash through that square there. Here we go, though. Klyastitsy is now clashing. France throws in its cavalry. This Klyastitsy unit has routed multiple French cav and infantry units. Russian cav and Russian infantry units already. It's done an excellent job. Let's go into another one here. The Morsky here going to have to run. Can they form square? I don't know. I'll tell you what they need to do though. They need to turn some guns onto these Klyastitsys and rout them. All of a sudden this push by the Russians seems to have gone a little south. They need their other Klyastitsy here. Oh! I don't know, yeah. The Klyastitsys went to orange morale for like a second, but that was it. All Russians really pushing hard on this side as well. Coming in with a good bayonet charge there. And they're wrapping around the French. It's got a farmhouse as well. Congrats, I guess, Russia. Get back over here and now fight for your country. It's where they need you. There you go. The French Klyastitsys have been dealt with. Finally, looks like the Morsky maybe have finally formed some sort of square and defense against them. And now it's the time. It looks like Oudinot himself to go charge in. Deal with his line infantry. He's just going to get swamped here by the Klyastitsys, and I think that is game.
We have killed their general.
Final general's been killed off. And there you go. That is the Battle of Klyastitsy. The Russians are going to be victorious, and they are going to recreate history. Hopefully, I have put up the end results for you. I don't know if I do have them, but hopefully I put them up for you. This was sent by G, who was playing as one of the Russian armies. I'm not sure which one he was playing as. I can't see his... I think he must have been playing as one of the Wittgenstein armies. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. I just can't see his general. Usually they're down here with like 0 kills or something. But anyway, he got some pretty good kills with his line infantry. 126 kills there. He got 113 with another line infantry unit. Some good kills with his line infantry. They like won the day for him, it seems. A lot of getting into the hundreds. 100 dead for one of his Klyastitsys, which is very good to see. And then he's got dragoons and stuff down here with like 50 kills. Another Klyastitsy with 27. Not so great. But yeah, there you go. That is today's battle. I hope you did enjoy this historical battle. And do remember to leave a like. Subscribe if you're new around here in the comment, show your support. Make sure you hit that notification bell as well so you don't miss out on any NTW3 battles or streams. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.